everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Stash Report from the Stash Project. Today's the 30th of January, 2015, and wow, we are stacked today. We're actually splitting this video into two different videos. One will be our regular Stash Report, which is what you're watching right now if you haven't figured it out, and then we're going to be doing a special video on all of the breaking news that we're getting out of the Nuremberg Toy Fair, the Deutschland IPMS, the IPMS of Germany, finally put up their show pictures, and that sort of gives us a much larger overview of what's going on at the show than we had going into this morning. This morning we had a few things we knew about from various manufacturers releasing things on their Facebook pages and their websites, but there wasn't really a comprehensive overview, and we got that today, actually right before I was about to start filming this video. So it just kept coming in and coming in and coming in, and eventually got to the point where it was either going to be like an hour-long video or something was going to get lost in the shuffle. Either the stuff that we're going to talk about for the releases would be just gone out the window, or all of the cool new kits that are coming out in 2015 from a bunch of Asian companies, bunch of European companies would go just I think he talked about them, but I'm not sure. So we're going to separate all of that stuff out into its own video so that it will be easily found and reviewed. So what we have in the actual Stash Report this week are a few new kits from Fujimi, a couple of reissues from Aoshima. And we are going to talk about one new kit that we've already known about. We've talked about it a while back. I think it might have been over the summer in the first couple weeks of the series, and that would be the Bell kits. This is a company from Belgium that does mostly rally cars. They have a new announcement that we'll cover in the other video, but this kit we already knew about going into this year. We just had no actual official release date. They were waiting on licensing from Volkswagen and stuff like that, and that is this 2013 Volkswagen Polo World Rally car, done as the championship car of the, I believe it was 2013, might be 2014 season. You get some photo etch parts with this. It's going to have the night racing parts. Wouldn't surprise me somewhere down the line there would be a gravel package for this. Most of their kits later get a gravel suspension trans kit made by Bell Kits as well. Also found out that they're working on the new 2015 sponsorship and 2015 Polo body. That's something they just started talking to Volkswagen about. Nothing official there, but just throwing that out there because it's really not something that goes into the Nuremberg thing. While they did show the kit at Nuremberg, it was not a Nuremberg announcement per se because, like I said, they announced that kit last year over the summer. And so I guess the only other new thing that's really out there that sort of goes to something we've talked about in the last several videos is that Shunko Models, which is a decal division of Studio 27, is doing a set of decals for the Alfa Romeo 155 TIV6 DTM car for the Bosch racing team. This is yet another set of decals. Remember, that Shunko has done a set for the Jägermeister car, and then Studio 27 themselves did a full complement of carbon fiber decals for that car that has come out in the last 2 months. So it's 3 sets of decals for a kit that doesn't exist in a technical sense. It's been out of production for at least 12, 13 years. Still no word from Tamiya on them reissuing it, but obviously they have to be, because why else are we talking about all these decal things? It would be senseless to release $28 carbon fiber set and two $15 livery decal sets for a car that costs $60 some odd to purchase. So it's coming. When we're going to find out about it will probably be sometime maybe in the second week of February, once everybody gets back from Nuremberg and gets a chance to go to sleep and wake up and get back on their own time zones, because obviously Tamiya people are, I guess they'd be losing 10 hours going to Germany, or gaining 10 hours. I'm not exactly sure how that would work, because technically it's Technically, right now it is 6 o'clock in the morning in Japan on Saturday, but right now it is also something like midnight in Germany. So I guess they lost 6 hours, but that's enough for jet lag. Anyway, who cares what the world clock says, right? So let's talk about what actually came out this week. We'll go on the reissue side first because this is pretty easy. It's all Aoshima stuff, and they are the Lamborghini Countach LP400 detail up parts. This obviously has photo etch. It has some seatbelt decals. These are not the traditional sort of nylon material that you're getting with like the GTR Longtail or the Murcielago. There's some sort of wiring there. I don't actually have a set of these on hand, so I don't know if that's supposed to be plumbing wire or electrical wire. What exactly it is you're doing with that wire? We'll know soon enough. I have a set on order, but I don't know exactly what the wire is for. But it's another one of the more comprehensive detail upsets that you're going to find out there. Also from Aoshima, the 2011 Subaru Sambar in World Rally Blue limited edition. I'm going to reissue of this. We talked about this on the January video. This kit is essentially the same as the regular Subaru Sambar TC Supercharger, except it is molded in a dark blue. I don't know if it's a metallic blue. I never got this kit because it's, like I said, the same kit as the other one. This does have the markings and whatnot for this limited edition. They only made 1,000 of the actual vehicles in the World Rally Blue. I think you get there was a little advertising blurb on behind the pickup bed. I think you actually get like part of the brochure that advertised this limited edition car. But it's one of those sort of niche vehicles that is a tooling amortization kind of thing. This paid for the tooling by having this very specific individualized kit come out. And lastly, on the reissue side of things, this was a spot run from September. That's right, September, that is finally just coming around. This is being the Vertex S13 Nissan Silvia, a tuner version of their standard S13 Silvia kit. I don't have this, so I can't say much about it. I do have the regular 1991 Nissan Silvia. I don't believe the Vertex one comes with an engine like the regular factory stock kit does. Matter of fact, I'm almost positive that it doesn't. And, other than that, it's just pretty much a basic curbside kit. It has the standardized Nissan chassis that all of the Silvias shared. And, just filling the stock in, so to speak, for the reissue market. And so we'll go over to the new stuff. The one kit here, I guess, that's really honestly new is this 1/20th scale Ebro Tyrrell chassis number 2, 1971 British Grand Prix F1 car. This was supposed to be out, a while ago. I'm going to sit here and go blah, 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 blah while I try to find it on this list, because I know we've talked about it in the past, but I don't know when it was supposed to be out, because it's been a while. You know me. I bring you the information about these 1/20th scale F1 kits, but I don't build them, and I don't own any of them, so I don't know that much about them in the sense of keeping real close track of them. I don't see myself making notes to myself about this kit. So that, to me, guys, means that this actually was supposed to come out over the summer prior to my starting the video series. I believe this was supposed to be like a June or July release. A bunch of people have been wondering where it was, and it finally came out here at the end of January. Looks like a great kit. It's on par with their other 1/20th scale Ebro kits. Now I'm saying it looks like a great kit from, of course, the Hobby Search directions, as well as people I know that have bought other versions of the 1/20th scale cars. This car, I don't believe, shares any parts with any Tamiya kits, but that's where they got their sort of start in plastic kits, was sort of doing transition kits, if you will, for 1/20th scale F1 cars that shared some tooling with Tamiya kits, much like the 2CV Citroen Fourgonnet is, 85% 2CV Tamiya kit underneath. You had 2 reissues of kits that are technically, they're calling new kits, and those are from Aoshima. And they are the Cedric 430 police car and the Cedric 430 undercover police car. This being the Concrete Western undercover police car. These are from the same series of kits as the RS machines and the Super Z. These are the nope, not that. Blah 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 blah. I should have had this out in front of me because I knew I'd have to talk about it. There we go. The Saibu Kitsatsu. The Saibu Kitsatsu kit. Now, these are essentially the same 430 Cedric kits that came out in 2012. They are semi-new tooling, being that the body itself is new and the interior is new, but the chassis, while being a variation of the old generic Nissan chassis, as well as being really birthed from the motorized Nissan chassis, was retooled in 2012 to be fully updated, quote unquote. I mean, there's still not much under there. There really wasn't much underneath a 1980s Nissan to begin with, but now it has all the separate engine parts of struts and polycaps on everything. You're not pounding rivets in anything and all that kind of stuff. The reason we're sort of bringing these kits up, other than the fact that they're out and we provide information on all the kits, is that there are new wheels with both of these. This is kind of hard to see in these box art photos, but the wheels on this undercover car, which all I need to know about the show is that apparently shit explodes everywhere when you drive around on the show. There are a set of wheels on here that are borderline turbine wheels. They look something like the wheels that are on the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee. They're not the same, but they look similar to that. So if you can picture that as being, what a turbine wheel is, that's what that has. And then the marked car has a set of, I don't know, you might have to blow this photo, up as far as the YouTube goes, but it has like a set of five slot mag wheels. And the wheels are what are new about these kits. All the police parts are from old 1999 tooling, and then I believe, the decals are new, but the light bar is not new. That little Kojak light that's on the other one isn't new. It's all old pieces. But like I said, just you can't apparently drive anywhere in this show without shit exploding. Actually, sounds like it'd be a great show to watch. It would either have the Benny Hill music playing behind it, or maybe it's really, really serious. But it strikes me as sort of the Japanese version of Chips, with more fire, because stuff didn't catch on fire in Chips like that. And then from Fujimi, these are straight January releases. These are from the Circuit Wolf kits that are first coming out. There's still 2 more of these that have to come out. I'm sure they'll come out tomorrow because everybody's open on the weekend. And those will just have to wait till next week. But this is the Porsche 928 Kayuguku Sakuran. This is a straight curbside reissue of the existing Porsche 928 S. There's I don't believe there are actually any new parts to this kit at all that differentiate it from the street version of the kit. There's no over fenders. There's no no different wheels or anything else like that. The other one that has come out is the Sasuga Island version of the Mazda RX-3. Now, this kit does have some extremely deep dished wheels that I don't believe will fit underneath this car without the over fenders on it. It, of course, includes that giant chin spoiler, a big rear spoiler, but all of the parts are there to build just a regular factory stock RX-3, other than a factory set of wheels and tires. I bought this because I wanted an RX-3, and the kit itself is a basic curbside, but it does build up on a platform-style interior with separate door panels. It is no engine, but it's a regular, building chassis with separate struts and polycaps. Nothing motorized in the history of this kit. But I wasn't expecting the wheels to be quite as wide as they are. I was telling a friend of mine, the rear wheels look like they're mounted inside a 55-gallon drum. Now, if that's a look you're going for, you're going to love this kit. If you bought it like I did, just to build sort of a factory stock vehicle, you're going to have to supply your own set of wheels and tires to replace the ones that come in this kit, because the tires are huge too. The back ones look like DOT drag radials, basically. Also, with this kit, something to keep in mind: if you do want to put the over fenders on, you are going to have to trim the body. It is not pre-cut to have those over fenders fit. You are going to have to trim the body to make them fit. And then 2 just sort of off the shelf, wrong button. Off-the-shelf kits. These are reissues of some really old, I mean, they're not, well, they are really old. They're 20-year-old cars, but the kits haven't been out for a while either. These are the last two of the kits that are with window masks this month. This being, these are the 91, or the 90X, rather, chassis Toyota Cresta 3.0 Super Lucent G, and the Toyota Mark II 3.0 Grande G. Now, the 3.0 thing is a big deal if these kits had engines, and there were like 2.5 kits to compare them to. Like all the other Fujimi kits, that little yellow blob down there, or up there, depending on which one of these kits you're looking at, just means with window mask. As we sort of flip back and forth between them, you see there's really not that much difference between these two cars. They are siblings in the sense that one is, well, the Mark II is the more luxurious of the vehicles, the Cresta a little more sporty. They are very, very basic kits, however. If you're looking for, a quick build, or a weekend slump buster kit, that's what these sort of service as. They are approximately maybe 45 parts. They have metal axles front and back. Like the upright struts are molded into the front struts rather, uprights are molded into the chassis. There are basically 3 parts on the chassis: a bottom of the front chassis with a skid plate, the bottom of the front suspension with a skid plate, bottom of the rear suspension, and then part of a separate exhaust. The exhaust is molded into the kit pretty much from the engine back to the rear axle, and then you get the separate exhaust from their back. The kits are a bucket interior, but nothing's molded in. The seats are separate. The door panels are not. And there's really, headlights, grills, turn signals, and the front bumpers are different on these kits. I think the back ends are pretty much the same except for the tail lights. But, beyond that, like I said, they're very simple kits. They're basically the closest thing you're going to get to a Japanese unassembled promotional model, if that gives you an idea. And, not bad kits in the sense of at least they're not motorized, right? But they're not robust building experiences. They're not going to be on par with a current Fujimi, like the Lexus kits that they did, or they're not going to be on par with any of the Aoshima Toyota kits like the Crown Majestas, the Century, or any of the modern 2003 and up Crown Athletes or Crown Royal Saloons. But if you are somebody who collects milquetoast 4-door Toyota sedans for the S and Gs of it all, good to see these kits come back, because I honestly couldn't have even told you they existed. They haven't been out for so long, and I haven't seen any on eBay in the year or so that I've had Cresta and Soarer and Mark II on a saved search. I've seen some anime versions of those cars and and some drift versions of them, but the factory stock versions haven't seen them. I think it may have been one of those we did these kits specifically so we can make these other kits kind of deals. But guys, that's where we're at. I don't want to seem like I'm rushing here, but I really want to get to the other video because that's where the cool stuff is this week. So when you're done watching this, slide right on over and sit down, wire your jaw shut, because you're going to be picking it up off the floor otherwise. I demand, as a matter of fact, this is like a Disney World ride. You have to sit down, keep your hands and feet inside the car until the ride is over. I'm not responsible for your brains leaking out if you stand up. It's that good, guys. Trust me. Until we see you next week, or you're going to watch the Nuremberg video. We'll see you in 5 minutes when you flip over to the other video. Go to the bathroom. We're going to be here for a half an hour talking about this stuff, and you don't want to miss any of it. See you guys on the other side.